Okay, so in purchase module, again we can see that we have bifurcated that into three different options, that is masters, transactions, and reports. Okay, so in masters, you will be able to configure all the basic details which you will be requiring while doing any purchase transaction or following any purchase transaction process. So let us go by go individual model wise. Now we have masters. Here our first option is supplier master. Now supplier master is the option where you will be able to enter all the details of your suppliers with whom you are dealing, right from the name of the customer, or the supplier, the contact person of that particular supplier, what is the designation, contact details, and what is the address of that particular supplier, where what is the address of their warehouse, and many more details related to supplier. Then we have a purchase voucher type. As we have seen in sales, we are creating different sales vouchers. Same way we'll be able to create different purchase voucher which are generally used for purchase transactions. We have predefined few of the vouchers you can see, and if there are any vouchers which you would like to add, you can add it from here. Then we have a purchase price list. Now, as we have seen in our sales price list, sales model, that we have a sales price list because we would be following different price lists for different customer on regional basis or on a type of customer, like class of customer and everything. Same way we are following different purchase prices because for it is a general practice in our business transactions that when we are on the purchase of certain products, we are going to approach different supplier of that products to understand the market rate and what is the quality and what are the details of that product and what would be the purchase price. Basically it is mostly on the basis of purchase price. So we it is difficult to remember everything for a single person who is doing the entry, or two or three persons who are doing the entry. So for here we can create different type of price list based on the supplier, based on the product. Like if one product is that we are getting it from four suppliers, so then we can create a purchase price based on the item basis. If we are dealing with one supplier who is giving us majority of the goods, then we can create the price list based on the supplier. So this is where you can create different type of purchase price list. I can show you. You can have to just add. You have to add the name of the price list for a unique definition name of the price list, which is on the what which says then it is applicable to which store for and till what date and time, and what it would be the name of the supplier, and based on that you will be able to do that. Okay. Then we have other charges setup. Now other charges setup is the option where you will be adding all those charges which are add on to your purchase transaction. Just like for doing any purchase from the suppliers, you need to getting it on your location or your on your outlet or your in your warehouse. There are other charges which are being added, just like in sales we have seen freight charges, then transportation, or then you have many different charges like labor charge and everything. So all that different type of charges which are being used during your purchase transaction can be added from here. So at the time of doing any purchase transaction, you will be able to view that this particular uh, charges, and you can add the amount. Okay, so we'll be creating it from here. Then we have pallet and carrot type. Now, pallet and carrot type is generally used in the pharmaceutical companies where they get their raw material or the drugs in certain carrots basis, and they have to mention the details regarding how many carrots have been received and all. So it is for that particular purpose. It is generally used in pharmaceuticals. Then this is the transaction. Now, transaction is the option where you will be doing the different types of billing or any purchase order and all that stuff related to purchase. First option is quotation. Now, quotation, here in quotation, you will be adding all the different types of quotations which you have received. Just I explained you earlier that you will be asking and contacting different suppliers for one particular product to understand which one is better and quality, to check the rates, their quality, terms and condition, everything. So definitely this is the general practice which has been used, that they will get the quotation from different suppliers. So all that quotations which you have received from different suppliers can be added from here. You can see the quotation, you can edit from here. You can add the name of the supplier, and you will get the all the list. You can press F5, you will get the grid of the suppliers, and you can add the items which you are looking for. So from here you will be creating different types of quotation based on different supplier. Then we have a very unique option, that is quotation compare. Now this is a very unique feature which has been added in our software, that is quotation compare. From here, once you will enter into this, you will get a grid. You will get this type of option where you will be able to select the customers whose quotes you want to compare. Like for particular, you can do it on item basis. You can do it on the supplier basis. You have to just select the GRN numbers from here, or whatever GRN purchase invoices are being done. Then based on that, you can select the name of the suppliers on which the quotations are being created. Whether it is 1, 2, or 3, whatever, you can select it from here. You will get the grid. From there, now it happens that from one supplier you are having 2, 3 quotations of different persons. So you have to just select all the number of quotations of all the 3 customers. You will get the list over here. And if you want to go in on individual item basis also, that from quotation 1 from supplier A, quotation 2 from supplier 2, and quotation 3 from supplier 3. And then they are having 3 items. But if you want to check for individual items, then also you can select the items from this grid, and you can do the comparison. Once you will do the selection of this, you will get the options of all the quotations, and based on that you would be able to compare the prices, right? So once you are done with your comparison, and after comparing, you will decide that yes, we would like to go with this particular supply for this particular item. Then you have to just click the quotation approve. So your quotation would be approved for that particular customer supplier. Now the general business practice is like, once the quotation has been approved, then there is a process to create the PO, that is purchase order, right? Based on the purchase order, invoice is being created. Now it is a very tough thing that once you do the compare quotation approval, then you will again go to the purchase order option, and then you will generate new purchase order. So that is a lengthy task. So to save your time, we have given one more facility over here, that is generate PO. So once the quotation has been approved, you have to just click on generate purchase order. So whatever the approval you have done, based on that, a purchase order will be generated, and it would directly reflect in your purchase order section. So you don't have to create that particular purchase order again and do the whole exercise again. A direct purchase order would be generated from here. Okay, so this is how you can do the comparison. Now based on that, if you once you will do the generate purchase order, you will get the list over drop down over here, that here the purchase purchase orders are being created. Now this option is given if you generally do not want to do the comparison and you have only unique thing, then you can directly go to purchase order and add the purchase order directly. Okay. You can see this. Now, after the purchase order is being created, there is an option of goods receipt note. Now, this goods receipt note is generated when the goods are being inwarded or received at your location. Once you receive the good, based on that, you will generate a goods receipt note from your ERP for your warehouse or for the gate pass or anything. Okay, so once the goods receipt note has been generated, that means that this particular products are being inwarded in your organization. After that, we have an option of landed cost. Just we have created different types of landed cost charges in our masters. Now, if they're forgetting any batch or any order or any receipt like batch thing which you have purchased, to get it to your organization or your premises or your warehouse, there are certain costs which are being added. So if you want to add on a batch basis or on an if product basis, then you can enter it from here. I can show you. You can add over here. You will be selecting the GRN from dates. So you will get the list of the GRNs. Then you can view the GRN of. You will select the GRN. You will add the charges over here. You will get the list. Once you will click, once the charges has been added, you will get the list of drop down list from here, and you can select and enter the amount manually. This is how your landed cost can also be added. Then we have Once the landed cost has been done and all the process has been done, based on that, we create a purchase invoice. Or if there is an invoice generation, there is always something or return which we are not accepting or which we want to return, which is not as per what we want. So based on that, we will be able to create from here, we will be generating purchase return. And once the purchase return is done, if the invoice is generated, we have to already also generate the invoice. Now this is purchase remittance. That is one more thing which we have in our software. Now the purchase remittance is like the person, once the goods are being received, you have also done the process of generating the invoice also, and you have also generated the you are done with the process of generating return invoice. But what happens in some business process, that once the payment has been done, then what against the goods which have been received, they purchase other this goods, right? So that purchase remittance can be done against over here. So you can select the bill from here to from pending bill. You will be generating, you will get the list down, and based on that you will be creating the purchase remittance. And once the purchase remittance has been created, it will go to your hierarchy person who would be approving that thing, that okay, this is the whole transaction, this is the purchase, this is a purchase return, and against this purchase has been done. And once your hierarchy person will approve, it will be going to the accounts department for the payment, right? So this is the purchase remittance. Then we have auto generate purchase order, as we have seen in our sales module, that for a day book, this is my bad, this is our auto generate purchaser. In our inventory model, we have seen that in every inventory, whatever item we are creating, we have an option of auto reorder level. So there we would be able to define that each item's minimum quantity. Say for example, item 1. So we would be able to define that for item 1, if the quantity goes below, say for example 100, then there should be an auto order PO generated for next 500 quantity. So it is saving our time. Basically, you can say that we don't have to go to reports. We have to see the report item wise, and we'll check the quantity, and we'll see that if this particular item's quantity is below the minimum order, let us generate the PO. No, from here you can generate the auto generate process. See here, you will get the whole list down. Okay, and based on that, you have to just give the approval. That's it. You do not have to go. Okay. Then we have the option of daybook. Daybook is the option which is again which we have seen in our sales module, that you will be able to. Sorry. Okay. View the transactions related to purchase for the particular time period which you have selected. So whether it is purchase order or it is purchase quotation or quotation comparison, all sort of transactions or the entries or anything which is being done, you will get the reflection of that in this particular thing. Then we have shipment tracking. Now, shipment tracking is the option, like if you are have your purchase orders or your purchase order is on transit basically, then they have certain shipment tracking, whether it is a third party delivery or you are getting your goods pick up from particular location. But there are the details of the shipment, that where it is reached and what is the exact details. So all that details we can update over here. And so because it happens that it is not only one transaction which is going, or one shipment which is going on in your business transaction, there are many shipments which are going parallelly. So it is difficult to understand and to remember every details of each transactions. So from here you can mention the details and even upload the documents and everything for this any particular shipments. You can upload the documents. You can even view once it is uploaded. So all that facilities are being given over here in shipment tracking. Then we have weighing batch, receive batch, and return batch. Now this is also generally used in pharmaceutical companies or majority of the manufacturing units, where they are any manufacturing unit would be producing one particular product, but to produce that product they require many different raw materials. So it is not compulsory that raw materials they have to get it from outside. So once the weighing for this order is been done for raw material or anything, and once they are receiving, they will enter in their system regarding the weight. Let's say, for example, it is for 100 ton or 1,000 ton. They have ordered particular raw material. So they would be entering that, okay, this parcel or this particular containment we have received, or this particular shipment we have received, and this is the weighting batch which we are weight of that particular batch which we have received. Then there would be a quality check assurance, and they would be giving the exact amount number of tons which are being accepted as per the quality and as per the requirement. Say, for example, in 1,000 ton, if they have an order and they are getting around 900 tons. So receive batch, they would be mentioning that against this particular batch, we are receiving only 900 batch, 900 tons, and 100 tons they would be entering in return batch, because it is not as per the quality or as per the requirement or anything. So that details can be mentioned for this, but in this transactions options. Then we have reports. So in reports, now we have tried to cover majority of the reports related to the masters, transactions and reports menu. Majority are being covered based on item basis or transaction basis or GRN basis or quotation basis. Everything we have tried to cover. And apart from that, if you have any other report, we can definitely sit and discuss on it and check if what we can do on it further. So this is our purchase module. We will be definitely covering next modules in our next sessions.